Hey guys, it's Joel from guntoter.org. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about the Haley Strategic magazine inserts versus the Esstac KYWIs. Now, for those of you who have followed my channel for any amount of time, you know I'm a huge fan of the KYWIs, especially converting them to go into the various chest rigs like Spiritus, RDR, and I'll be testing it out here shortly in a Haley Strategic D3 CRM. So, I had a couple questions that came up specifically regarding the Haley inserts. Had some people say, well, wouldn't you just use them? You know, why are you using the KYWIs? You know, Haley makes better product, whatever. And then I had a couple questions about the 556 versus the 762 inserts. And I'm gonna try to cover all of that today and kind of talk about why I prefer the KYWIs over the Haleys. So first off, to answer the simplest question, when it comes down to a 556 Haley insert versus a 762 insert, what's the big difference? This top part. The actual physical insert itself is the exact same size for the 556 or the 762. The only difference between the two is this collar up at the top, which is what actually adapts the insert to fit into the D3 CRM or your Spiritus or your RDR. Is bigger to accommodate the larger magazine, but the actual insert itself is exactly the same. So answer that question quick and easy. To talk a little bit about how the Haleys are put together and you know, just kind of the structure of them. The Haleys are actually two pieces. You have this collar which adapts to fit into loop-lined chest rigs, and then you also have the insert itself. As you can see, the insert is actually designed to work also with some of Haley's other chest rigs that are not loop lined. And basically what it does is you insert it into the magazine pouch, and then these little lips right here catch the lip of the magazine pouch, and that's how they function inside a pouch that does not have the loop lining. So those can be used in more than one type of chest rig. If you have a chest rig that maybe you're looking to add some polymer retention to, this is a way to do it. These are a little different than the Esstacs in that they are not just the Kydex bent to shape. These are actually injection molded. And the one kind of benefit that I will say that they have over the KYWIs is that if you look right here, there's actually a little bit of a clip that catches the magazine, so the retention I think on these is just a little bit better. Practically speaking, I don't think for most people that's going to be a huge difference. However, if you work in a job that either A, requires that you have some sort of positive retention for your magazines, or B, you're doing some sort of airborne operations and you're really worried about your magazine coming out, this might be something that would have a slight advantage over the KYWIs. With that said, I still think the KYWIs hold a number of advantages over the Haley Strategics. One, probably the easiest one being they're more economical, right? So the KYWI inserts are $7, and then you can buy the either the one wrap or you can buy the conversion kit that I've talked about in previous videos, and it's still pretty inexpensive. This single magazine pouch right here is $15. If you want to just buy just the polymer, that is $10 to $12. If you buy them singly, they're $12. If you buy a 4-pack for $40, obviously they're $10 a piece. So, economies of scale, whatever. But either way, just the polymer part of this is going to be a minimum of $3 more expensive than the KYWIs. So is it a big deal? I mean, not if you're outfitting one chest rig, maybe, but if you are outfitting possibly multiple rigs, or you're doing different setups for different missions, then it could add up. The other thing being, since I compared these earlier, Haley only makes one type of polymer insert. So it's the same one for the 556, it's the same one for the 762, and they don't make one for pistols or for PCCs, whether it's you know, an MP5 style, or the Scorpion, or one of the Glock styles, Colt styles, whatever. They don't make those. So Esstac does. So you have more options if you go with Esstac as far as conversions. Now, Haley does make a elastic insert, but then again, so does Spiritus and RDR and a number of other people. If we're here talking about KYWIs, that's because you probably don't like the elastic inserts. So we're specifically talking about some sort of polymer retention. Haley doesn't make them, Esstac does. Esstac is also more scalable, and I've discussed this in previous videos. It's very easy to scale up and scale down with the Esstacs and the one wrap conversion, or the conversions you can buy off of eBay. And it's very inexpensive. Whereas, you know, $15 each, this is gonna get expensive real quick. Now, Haley does sell a 2-pouch and a 3-pouch, or 2 insert and a 3 insert. The downside to those is that, you know, if your mission changes and you need to scale up and scale down with any sort of frequency, it's kind of a pain, because you can, you know, pull these out, yes, but, you know, if you go from a 3 to a 2, or a 2 to a 3, or even a 1 to 3, or whatever the situation is, you're gonna have to buy the entire kit, which is gonna be significantly more money than just adding a single $7 KYWI. Now, there are some cases, like if you went from a 3 to a 2 and the other item that you were going to stick into your chest rig could fit inside this collar, for example, say a radio or something like that, that would probably not be a big deal. However, if you were going from like a 2 to a 3, it would be a problem, because if you look at this, you can see that there's these little lips on the side. So, you know, if you're thinking, oh, well, I'll buy a 2 and then I'll just buy a 1 and just shove it in there and whatever. These little lips add about 1/4 of an inch to the overall width of the item. And the downside to that is that, especially the Spiritus, can get very tight very quick when you're trying to set it up. And any sort of extra kind of superfluous things taking up space is an issue, because you're going to have problems shoving things in there and getting it to align right and set up. So the downside to trying to use singles is that that extra 1/4 inch is going to add up. You know, that's 3/4 of an inch over the course of 3 of these that you are basically wasting. Don't do that with these, and the Velcro or the one wrap conversion. You know, those are absolutely minimal. The space between is maybe 1/8 of an inch on these. So it's literally half of the space that is wasted trying to take 3 of these and convert it in. So I'm not necessarily knocking the Haley product. Like, it seems to be a very well made product. You know, it seems to be quality, but in the grand scheme of things, if we're talking, you know, efficiency and effectiveness, the KYWIs still have the advantage. You know, so the final choice is up to you. You know, if you want to use the Haleys, knock yourself out, man. I mean, it's your kit. If it works for you, then it works for you. However, if you're starting out new and you're looking at, you know, probably changing your rig up a lot as you learn how you want your rig set up, and, you know, how you want to run it. And like, I know a lot of guys run sub guns at the range one day, and then they run your ARs at the range the next day, and then some guys run AKs too. You're just not going to get the flexibility with the Haleys that you're going to get with the KYWIs. So that's my 2 cents. For what it's worth, you know, you make the final decision, because in the end, it's your kit and you're setting it up so it works for you. But hope this was useful for you. If it was, down in the corner, like, subscribe, notifications, all that fun stuff. Down in the comments, we do have a Patreon page. I would greatly appreciate if you could support us. I buy all this stuff. Haley didn't send me anything for free. Neither does Esstac. So I buy all this stuff, and it does cost money. So I would appreciate if you could support. If you can't, I get it. Times are tight, money's tight. If you can like, subscribe, and share, it's pretty much social media currency, so I'd appreciate that as well. But thank you for watching, because without you watching, it's just me talking on the internet, and that's just boring. So I hope to see you guys next time.